Hello, everybody. We are going to give a little homage to Nichelle Nichols, who sadly passed away this week. She was a legend, she was an icon. So, we are going to start this new series of honoring those legends and icons with a standalone video. I hope you enjoy this homage to her. Nichelle Nichols was an American actress, she was a singer, she was a dancer, and she was probably worldwide known to everybody for her portrayal of Nyota Uhura, the Lieutenant Uhura, in Star Trek and the film sequels. Right? Her portrayal of Uhura was groundbreaking, especially for African American actresses on American television. And then she was a volunteer until 2015 in NASA to recruit astronauts with diverse backgrounds and ethnic minorities, women, etc. On Star Trek, she was one of the first black women featured in a major television series. Her supporting role as a bridge officer was unprecedented at the time. You may remember her presence, her sharing the scenes with William Shatner, with Leonard Nimoy, with George Takei, with everybody there in the show, and it was really important, especially at the time. And as you can see on the screen now, when William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols kissed on screen, it was the first time that there was an interracial kiss on primetime TV. That was another thing that made Nichelle Nichols groundbreaking. There's an interesting story there too, that towards the end of the first season, Nichols was approached to get a good opportunity to take a role on Broadway, and she preferred the stage to the TV studio, so she was decided to take the role, and she went to Gene Roddenberry's office. Gene Roddenberry was the Star Trek creator, right? And she told him that she planned to leave. She gave him her resignation letter, and Roddenberry tried to convince her that she should stay on the ensemble, right, on the cast, that she should stay on the series. And she said, "Okay, I'm going to take the weekend off and think about it, but I'm leaning towards leaving," she said. And in that particular weekend, she was attending a banquet that was being run by the NAACP, where she was informed that a fan wanted to meet her. This is a quote from her, right? This is the anecdote as told by her. I thought it was a Trekkie, and so I said, "Sure." And I looked across the room, and whoever the fan was had to wait because there was Dr. Martin Luther King walking towards me with this big grin on his face. He reached out to me and said, "Yes, Mrs. Nichols, Miss Nichols, I am your greatest fan." He said that Star Trek was the only show that he and his wife Coretta would allow their three little children to stay up and watch. She told King about her plans to leave the series because she wanted to take the role that was tied to Broadway. She really wanted to do stage. But she says, "I never got to tell him why, because he said, you cannot. For the first time on television, we will be seen as we should be seen every day, as intelligent, quality, beautiful people who can sing, dance, and can go to space, who are professors, lawyers." Dr. King Jr. went further, stating, "If you leave, that door can be closed because your role is not a black role, and it is not a female role. They can feel it with anybody, even an alien." So Dr. King encouraged her to stay. on the series, saying that she could not give up because she was playing a vital role model for black children and young women across the country, as well as for other children who would see black people appearing as equals, going so far as to favorably compare her work on the series to the marches of the ongoing civil rights movement. And this response by King left Nichols speechless, allowing her to realize how important to the civil rights movement her role on the television show was. And the next day, she went back to Roddenberry's office to tell him that she would stay. When she told Roddenberry what King had said, tears came to his eyes, and Nichols asked Roddenberry for her role back, and Jean took out her resignation letter, which was already torn up. Of course, beyond Star Trek, she also appeared in 18 more films, and she has 22 other TV credits. But we will probably always remember her as Lieutenant Uhura, as the inspiration that she was to a lot of generations, to many, many people, because she was someone who went far and beyond. So we will probably always remember her as Lieutenant Uhura, a groundbreaking character and a bona fide legend. Rest in peace, Nichelle Nichols.